What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex here, and you're watching the Ragin Nation Toy Show. This is just a web series where we're talking about the toys and collectibles that matter to me. This is episode number 6. And first of all, I hope you guys enjoyed that sneak peek that I put out on episode number 5. That's just a sneak peek, and as a matter of fact, I haven't showed you everything. I just realized that there's more stuff that I kept in the closet of my bedroom, and I totally forgot about that, but I'm not going to show you guys that. However, you can look on my Instagram, and I did post a photo of what's in there, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, so there's a lot more to see. That was just a sneak peek. If you haven't seen that episode, go check that out. Now, we gotta talk about Transformers toys. We gotta talk about Transformers toys. I know that the Ragin Nation Toy Show is actually not only about Transformers toys, but recently that's the type of news that I've been excited about, and that's why we're gonna get right into it. So let's talk about the Studio Series. So right now I have the Wave 1 Deluxes. That's Bumblebee, Stinger, Ratchet, and Crowbar. And then I also have the Wave 1 of the Voyagers. That's Optimus and Starscream. Right? Yeah, it should. Yeah, Optimus and Starscream. There's so many of them. I kind of I lost track of them. And then I'm actually still waiting for my Leader Class Blackout and the Blackout and the what's the other one? Grimlock. Yes, of course. My Leader Class Blackout and Grimlock to arrive. That I already got pre-ordered from www.ages3andup.com, so I know I'm getting that for sure. And then there's this third-party stuff that I'm actually really interested in, but I'm really not sure which one to get. For example, there is the third-party Hot Rod, and it's coming out from 2 different companies, and that is Unique Toys, and that one's called the La Hire or LA Hire, and that one's also up for pre-order right now. And then there's another one called the from the brand TF Evo Hot Fire. I'm really not sure which one to get. I'm not sure which one is better than the other. I've been looking at both photos, and it almost feels like they're so much the same, but I know it's going to be very different, and I'm also concerned about price point, because these are like deluxe sized character toys, like Transformers, third-party Transformers, but they're pretty pricey. So if I want to get one, I've got to make sure I'm getting the right one and not the one that I will regret getting. So I am going to look into it more. I might have to wait a little bit longer with the risk of having it pre-sold out, but I just don't want to get the wrong one. So right now there's the Unique Toys LA Hire and the TF Evo Hot Fire. Which one should I get? Let me know in the comments section below. Speaking of which, there's more third-party movie toys. I think that's the trend now, because I guess a lot of third-party companies they totally have milked a lot of the characters from the classics, the original cartoons and the comics, that now they're moving into the movie toys, such as we've seen like the Hot Rod, for example, and then there was the Lockdown. That was really awesome. I think that's a really great one. And then now we have the Wreckers. So there have been third-party Wreckers out there. I've seen the Leadfoot already. I forgot what that one is called. But now they got all 3 of them going on, and that's from a company called Dream Factory. Yeah, Dream Factory is bringing out all the Wreckers, and I still have yet to see what they all look like in robot mode. But so far, all of them are coming out, and that's really exciting, especially if you're a fan of the Wreckers. I had the Wreckers in the deluxe format from the Dark of the Moon line, and I only really liked Leadfoot, and Leadfoot was hard to get, but all 3 of them are coming out, and this is your chance to get them if you are okay with getting it as a third party. Now, what else is coming out? Well, I recently saw photos of this Leader Class Bonecrusher. It's a third-party Leader Class Bonecrusher, and I've always felt that Bonecrusher, just like Blackout, deserved a Leader Class. Blackout as a toy from the movies, we're getting a Leader Class. That's in the Studio Series. We already know that. But what about Bonecrusher? He had such a unique alt mode and just a unique robot mode to begin with, and he's so detailed, and I just felt that a deluxe class just wouldn't cut it. So I never owned a Bonecrusher. Actually, well, I did for a time, but I never actually took him out of the box and I sold it. But now I want one. After seeing that Leader Class third-party Bonecrusher, I thought, like, that looks great. I want to get my hands on that. But check this out. there was this recent rumor that we could potentially be getting an official Bonecrusher in the studio series. Not 100% confirmed, but I just read today from TFW2005.com, it's actually happening. There is an official Bonecrusher that's coming out for the studio series, which is fantastic, by the way, because we know the studio series has a higher attention to detail as well as higher quality. We're getting that. But the thing is that it's not a leader class, but it's going to be a Voyager class. Hey, I'll take it. Now, I know it's a Voyager class because on the listing it says $29.99, which is the price for a Voyager class. So that is happening. We're getting it. I'll take it because it's going to be coming out from Hasbro and Takara, and I just like official products, right? And plus, third parties are more expensive. If you collect third parties, more power to you, but I will like to keep my collection a little bit more cost effective, so I will stick with the Voyager class Bonecrusher Studio Series. I'm really curious to see what that's going to look like. What I'm also curious about is that in that same line, there's an Optimus. And you know how there's tons of Optimuses already. I mean, there's already Optimus for a Voyager class, so I'm wondering which Optimus is this? Could this be a new version of an Optimus? It's got to be a new version of Optimus that we haven't already seen, like maybe the evasion mode, and they're giving it the studio series treatment, considering we already have another studio series of Ragin and Bumblebee. We've seen all these guys before. I'm really curious to see which Optimus they're going to choose and how they're going to make it different. So that's going to be really, really interesting. Really curious about this series. I really love the studio series. I think it's currently the best series out there because there have been different like lines in the movie line. Of course, there's the main movie line for the various movies, and then there was like the, you know, Takara has their movie the best line, which is basically like repaints and retools, like basically better versions of the existing ones, which in some ways is kind of gimmicky because they add accessories and stuff like that, and you're paying a lot more. But the studio series is really something that is worth looking into because they're just so much better. And like they really, really are meeting the demands of the fans in looking for more higher quality toys, more detail, and making them more movie accurate. So we're getting that as well as getting characters that we've never gotten before. So really, really impressed by this line. Now, speaking of the movie toys, let's talk about the Bumblebee movie toys. I'm talking about the Bumblebee movie that's coming out in December this year. There have been more listings revealed, and a lot of these listings is for the gimmicky lines. For example, the Energon Igniters, the Titan series, and a lot of these other ones, like these one-step changers or flip changers, whatever you want to call it. A lot of those are, of course, going to be listed because that's part of their gimmicky kids lines or kiddie lines. And then there's the main line. It's Leader Class, Voyager, Deluxes. But apparently, the Bumblebee movie toys are getting the studio series treatment. So that is actually happening. This has been confirmed by the listing, also found on TFW2005.com. We're getting studio series for the Bumblebee movie line. And I think that that's the right way to go for Hasbro because it's not just about like the fact that I want more studio series toys. It just is better because you're not creating two different lines. Like the studio series is dedicated to the movie line. So the fact that they're having the Bumblebee movie mainline as part of the studio series, it just makes sense for both parties, the company as well as the consumers like us. So that is great. I'm just curious which characters they're going to pick. I'm thinking that they're going to include movie characters because from what I understand there's only 4 of them, but they're going to have to also include characters that are not in the movie just like they've done before to make up the rest of the line, to make it, you know, an actual line with more than 4 characters. Because 4 characters, that's very, very little. I understand for the movie they need to keep it more focused and have 4 characters, but for a toy line, you gotta have more assortment. And I'm pretty positive that's what they're doing. So I'm really curious what they're gonna have for the Deluxes, the Voyagers, the Leader Classes. It's gonna be interesting if we're getting another Leader Class Bumblebee, but of course it will be in a very different alt mode, the Volkswagen Bug. So really, really excited about that. I love the Studio Series line and I'm really pumped for it. Anyways, I'm just here to talk about some of the news that matters to me in this Transformers line. Really excited about that. I would like to ask you guys for the third party, if you guys have been looking into this, should I get the Unique Toys LA Hire or the TF Evo Hotfire? I'm really curious about that because I have a really, really like big dilemma about this because they both look really, really good. I just can't really tell the difference between like in terms of quality, Have you guys heard anything? Have you read anything? Have you read that one is better than the other? Let me know in the comments section below. And there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this episode. Stay tuned for more episodes. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.